Hello everyone! This time, in relation to the episode 364, I would like to discuss more deeply about Griffith and the boy under the moon. The most important secret revealed in this episode is that the boy under the moon and Griffith are one and the same. This will have a big impact on the future of the series. I'd like to dig it deeper. So let's get started. First of all, let's take a look at the main source of Griffith's incarnation, the Tower of Conviction. The most important role in this chapter is the existence of the egg-shaped apostle, the egg of the perfect world. If you don't understand the role of this apostle, you would miss something. Since before he could remember, he had been living in a dump under the Tower of Conviction with the animals. He grew up without any contact with the world. The first time he interacted with the world rejected him as a monster. I came up with an idea from his appearance at that time. A hunchback. I think he looked like Quasimodo, the main character in the Disney movie The Bells of Notre Dame. It's also connected to his appearance as an egg-shaped apostle. He was rejected by the world, so he dug a deep hole and lived as if he was running away and hiding. But when the nearby residents used the hole as a grave, he was buried under the dead bodies and he almost died. And then Beherit was triggered and eclipse occurred. The 5 god hands appeared, so I assume that this is after Griffith has become a god hand. The God Hand first gave him wisdom and told him what the world is like. He wailed as he realized that he was rotting away without being anything at the bottom of a dark hole in the world which is full of despair. He wished to give birth to a perfect world in exchange for this world. He became an apostle of the egg of the perfect world. It is important that he himself was included in the sacrifice. He has a brand on his tongue. In the mock eclipse, the brand appeared all over the Tower of Conviction, which was the whole world for him. What he meant by a perfect world is the world with the first and last missing piece, which is the world is decisively missing. The missing piece means the incarnated God hand, Griffith. In other words, it's God manifested in reality. When the life of the egg in the perfect world ends, Griffith incarnates. But here's the problem. The problem is whether the infant demon was necessary as Griffith's substitute or not. There is a discussion that says it was just a coincidence that the infant demon was taken into the egg of the perfect world before Griffith's incarnation. But I don't think so. I think that the egg didn't know that Griffith was going to incarnate, and it didn't know how he was going to create the perfect world that he wanted. In other words, for the incarnation to happen, the existence of the infant demon was essential to the incarnation. The infant demon was introduced into the egg just like a coincidence, but I think all of this must have been predetermined by the flow of cause and effect. As the process of incarnation, the infant's form gradually became a baby, and finally it grows inside the egg to become Griffith. So I have no doubt that the infant demon became Griffith. Also, the egg was dead by cutting by the Skull Knight. This was connected to the line of the Skull Knight, we are already in the flow of cause and effect. But when I think about it, as Griffith himself said in episode 364, during the full moon, human emotions come back. Griffith, who incarnated, used an infant demon as a substitute, is not completely free of human emotions unlike other god hands, like the God Hand. In that sense, Griffith is incomplete as a god hand. The reason why the infant demon was born was because Griffith raped Casca at the eclipse. The cause of Griffith's incompleteness as an incarnated being was his own fault. Why did he need to rape Casca? I think it was revenge for Guts. In the previous video I said that Griffith is in love with Guts, but Guts has been distant from Griffith. He could have just let the monsters kill Casca, but Griffith went out of his way to rape her right in front of Guts. He's taking revenge on Guts by raping his most precious thing. In fact, as you can see from the above, I believe that Griffith still retains some of his human emotions even after becoming a god hand. During the eclipse, Griffith has the ability to gather everything around him into a single point and crush the opponent. He reached out to Guts and Casca, who were saved by the Skull Knight, but in the end, he let them go. I wonder if this is due to his emotional side or the flow of cause and effect made it unable to incarnate. I'm not sure, but such emotions may be part of cause and effect. In other words, Griffith didn't become an absolute by becoming a god hand. I guess that he still has human feelings. That imperfection as a god hand became a substitute for incarnation. I think that's why Griffith's power after the incarnation is dispersed in the form of the boy under the moon. I mean, even after the incarnation, he's still driven by his own emotions. And what I think will happen in the future is that Griffith will try to erase his imperfection. As Ubix said, interesting. After Guts and Casca have escaped the eclipse, it seems to be a set of rules that are repeated. Even the God Hand can't predict what will happen. Causality won't remain as a circle, but shifts to the next dimension by that singularity. I think that's what Flora means by spiral. In order to make this video, I've been reading up on the Tower of Conviction. I know it's obvious, but this manga is really interesting.
Every time I read it, there's always something to discover. I feel something different every time.
Please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit the like and comment. Thank you for watching.